We are all afraid of something. Он боится собак. Она боится темноты. Она боится быть одной. Бояться. To be afraid of something or somebody permanently. Бояться it's a verb, so after it we will use genitive case according to all the rules of genitive case. Бояться it's a verb of imperfective form. It's also it conjugation. Я боюсь, ты боишься, он боится, мы боимся, вы боитесь, они боятся. When you have a very strong fear, it can be called phobia. What is phobia? It's a foreign word. Это сильная боязнь чего-то. For example, арахнофобия – это боязнь пауков. A fear of spiders. Phobia is usually a clinical term. That's why phobia you have in a lot of names of those phobias. Боязнь – it's not foreign word, it's a Russian word, so it can be translated as fear. And after боязнь, you also use genitive case. Usually we use not боязнь when we talk about our fears, but страх. They are quite synonyms. Страх – it's a rational fear, usually. For example, страх смерти. Смерть, feminine, death. Страх замкнутых пространств. Страх замкнутых пространств. Страх одиночества. Страх одиночества. Страх неизвестности. Страх неизвестности. It's like a panic attack. You think about them and you have this fear. Also, страх can be used with preposition перед. And after перед we use instrumental case. So, страх перед смертью, страх перед замкнутыми пространствами, страх перед неизвестностью, страх перед одиночеством. How we can deal with our fears? There are certain verbs. We can win our fear or fears. Побеждать страх. Бороться со страхом. You fight with your fear. Преодолевать страх. Преодолевать страх. Also it can be мириться. Мириться from мир, peace. Мириться со страхом. Or the worst one, смириться со страхом. You just give up and do nothing. Ты боишься мыльных пузырей? Are you afraid of those bubbles? У тебя странная фобия. Тебе лучше обратиться к психиатру. It's one of the examples how to use бояться and phobia. But usually we think about situations where you just get scared out of sudden. Пугаться and испугаться. Not бояться. Пугаться it's imperfective form and испугаться perfective form. Я пугаюсь каждый раз, когда смотрю эту сцену в фильме. Each time I get scared. Я пугаюсь. Она испугалась, когда увидела мышь. Only that moment she got scared. Испугалась. We also have other situations where you can use different scare things. Мне страшно прыгать. What does it mean? You have dative and you have страшно from that страх, fear. Better to translate it this way, how we actually feel it. This jumping gives me the feeling of fear. Мне страшно прыгать. It's also possible in these situations to say «Я боюсь прыгать». Because it's so obvious in that situation to be afraid of this. Which one to use? I guess the first one is stronger, because involuntary, I just receives this feeling. Dative always shows that you actually don't want to feel it. Мне страшно прыгать. Or я боюсь прыгать. Tiny difference, but they are quite the same. Also another situation. For example, you are a dog trainer. Я не боюсь собак. Of course, you are not afraid of dogs, because you train them all the time. But today, your dog is quite scary. You feel опасность, danger. You feel danger from this dog. And you can say that я опасаюсь работать сегодня с собакой. Опасаться, it means that actually I feel danger from this something, here it's dog, and I feel a little bit uncomfortable to do this. It can be replaced with я боюсь работать, but better here to say я опасаюсь. I can do it, but actually I am aware of some danger. Я опасаюсь работать сегодня с собакой. Another one. Я страшусь сегодняшнего собеседования. Again, it's from страх. It means that when I think about this job interview, I get scared. I'm afraid of it. You remember we had the fear of death. When you think about death, you are afraid of it. Not permanently, you're not going to think about this. But you feel fear when you think about it. The same here. Each time when you think about tomorrow's interview, you feel fear. Я страшусь завтрашнего собеседования. And one more. Я побаиваюсь лезть наверх. Побаиваться, it's from бояться. По is just means for a while. For the short period of time, I'm afraid to act as the situation asks me to act. You have this specific ladder, you have the goal to climb up this ladder, and you don't feel comfortable to do this. If there was no ladder, no demands to climb up, you wouldn't feel this fear. Я побаиваюсь лезть наверх.